Hi, welcome to Lost in the Reel. Today we'll be talking about a neon fever dream bullet hell called Furi. Hey everybody, I'm your host Devin, and this is my Lost in the Reel segment called Narrative in Video Games, where I try to show you evidence of how video games are more complex in their storytelling than being chased by ghosts while gobbling fruits and pebbles. Not to throw shade on Pac-Man or anything, he has a wife and children. Today I will be talking about an indie game called Furi, more specifically, the theme that you are not always the good guy. Furi came out in 2016 and was developed by the Game Bakers, who have most recently come out with Haven. Furi is a retro-futuristic bullet hell boss rush. Bullet hell just means that your screen is covered with projectiles and obstacles that you have to dodge and weave through while doing damage to the boss. And that brings me to the next part of the genre, a boss rush. Boss rush basically means the only enemies you'll be fighting are boss level monsters. There are no lackeys to be found here. Furi's neon nature is as visually pleasing as it is visually straining, like most neon styles. The music was all done by Toxic Avenger, a semi-well-known electric house band. All of the characters were designed by the creator of the anime Afro Samurai, which, if you've seen the anime before, it should be very apparent. Let's get down to the narrative theme. You are not always the good guy. I won't be mentioning every one of the 10 bosses, only ones that I think have to do with progressing the narrative theme. Mainly where you're certain of your actions to where you're uncertain that you're even a semi-decent person. The first boss you fight is named The Chain, and he is your immediate jailer. He's cruel to you, and he tortures you during your stay at this prison. You escape, and you fight him immediately. The whole time, he is taunting you and telling you how much more you will suffer when you are recaptured. He really makes it seem like you're righteous and doing the right thing. It's pretty easy to fight somebody who's been torturing you. But with each boss, you become a little less sure that what you're doing is the right thing. The next boss I will mention is an old man named The Line. He vaguely tells you of your origins and why it's wrong for you to escape. At this point, you're still fairly sure that you're the good guy, but it's good to have that background knowledge. Narratively, the Hand is the one who shows you the means may not justify the ends. You see him talking to his son, or mentee, before you show up. As well as being an important turning point for your character, he's also my favorite boss. As you fight him, he tells you about how he will willingly put himself in danger to protect what is greater than either him or yourself. As you walk away from his dead body, the boy stares at you as you leave. The Song is an angelic being in the next boss. She is solidly in the latter half of the story, and as such is a good illustration as how desperate your would-be jailers are becoming. Before you fight her, she recognizes that imprisoning you was not the right move to make and apologizes for it. She even offers you a paradise of her own making, and as long as you stay in the confines of the prison, you will live the rest of your life in paradise. The great thing is you can actually end the game here if you accept her offer. Of course, you can also kill her and move on, which, let's be honest, most of us are going to do. The Beat is the last boss you'll fight inside the prison, as well as the final boss of the main story. You would think that this boss would be difficult, but actually he is by far the easiest boss. The Beat is in his early teens. You are basically abusing a child. He has a lot of tricks and traps for you, but once you finally chase him down, he has no real physical prowess. It's a good illustration of how desperate they are becoming, and really he's just the last line of defense. They already sent their A game at you, and this is their last hope to stop you. He begs you not to go any further, that you'll only cause pain and misery if you leave the jail. The most heart-wrenching part of this fight is that he starts to limp and get sluggish the slower his life gets. He calls you a monster and repeatedly warns you. It does a great job of making you feel like you're the bad guy as you beat the life out of this last pathetic obstacle in your way. The real cherry on top is as he dies, he reaches out to you and fearfully asks you to hold his hand. As you leave, the credits roll and you have control of your character as you slowly walk through the vast plains of grass. And as repeatedly warned by almost every encounter that you had in this game, everything you touch starts to wither and die. The end. Was it worth it? Maybe you should have taken the song up on her offer after all. Okay, there is a secret boss which basically allows you a way to leave the planet as well as stop others like you from bringing death to this planet as well as others. The star is the true final boss, and in true video game fashion, it actually is the hardest boss in the game. After all, your redemption doesn't come cheap. I really recommend playing this game. It's cheap, it's short, and can be completed in very palatable sessions. This has been Narrative in Video Games through Lost in the Real channel. I'm Devin, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm tired of reading these comments from bots asking me to be their boyfriend, so some opinions on the game or this segment would be a nice change of pace. Bye-bye.